Here we are around the planet for the month of January. I'm super excited to interview and introduce Nik Smith to all of us. I can't believe it's January 2025 already.
Can't believe it either. Yeah,
I
thanks
know.
for having me today.
I know. Nik, why don't you tell us what your current job is and what you've done in the past?
All right, currently I'm a finance manager over here at Planet Honda.
Okay.
I've been there for about a year now in the finance role and then 2 years in sales before that.
All right. That's awesome. Are you enjoying finance?
I like it a lot. Actually, I went to school at Metro and got a finance degree. So
Oh, did you really? I didn't know that.
yeah, so when I first got hired at Planet Honda, my whole goal was to go into sales
Right.
first and then work my
Right.
way into the finance department.
That's awesome. Well, you've done a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
So I actually asked Jeremiah a few things to tell me about, since I don't get to see you on a day-to-day basis and your work ethic and all that. He said that you are just consistently diligent. You bring your best every day, and you always follow up with your emails, follow up with your customers. You're doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, thank you so much.
So thank you very much. And you're enjoying finance?
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. You know, it's a different role than initially when I went into car sales. You're a lot more involved with the banks. You're a lot more paperwork,
Right.
responding to quite a few more emails.
Yes. Yes.
In the sales role, and trying to be quicker and watching the emails and being on the computer all day long. So it's definitely a different role, but it's kind of what I went to school for. I'm a little more analytical, so it fits my personality, I think, quite a bit better.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you stayed with sales until you got your promotion.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Yeah, sales is great. So what would you, if somebody wanted to become a finance manager and they're a salesperson now, what would you say they need to work on, or what do they need to bring to show the managers that they have this?
Yeah, the biggest advice I would give is just making sure paperwork's really clean, just being really diligent, making sure addresses are perfect, making sure phone numbers are good and all that sort of nature. I mean, the biggest thing, it's what they say is slow down to speed up.
Okay.
A little bit slower and everything to make sure everything's accurate, then it speeds up the process as opposed to
that's
trying to rush
interesting.
through things and
Yeah.
be a little bit too quick, and then you make mistakes, and then you end up taking longer.
Right.
Trying to be quicker.
Exactly.
A little counterintuitive.
Yeah, that makes sense. So if someone doesn't understand the process of a deal, maybe walk us through that, because maybe somebody in the company doesn't even know what that means exactly.
Yeah. So essentially the process in a deal is, from my side as a salesperson, they close the deal, they get all the numbers together, and then the sales managers load the deal, they verify everything, make sure addresses are right, make sure the sale price, everything matches what the salesperson gave the customer, and then they load it onto me. So I'm essentially submitting the deal to the bank, trying to find the most competitive rate possible for the customer, and then really verifying everything with the state of Colorado, doing the e-titling, make sure taxes are correct, any double verification, and then greeting the customer, going through all their options with the customer, and then essentially closing the deal and sign all the final paperwork for the state of Colorado.
It's a lot. It's a big job.
Yeah, it's more things than I think most people realize.
It's a lot more, and it's legal. I mean, you can't just, if you forget to sign something, initial something, or it's legal. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of the big thing there is, customers that think, oh, it's going to be a real quick process. Hey, I bought a car, I signed the paperwork, I'm all
Right.
done. It's like,
Right.
well, there's a few more verifications and a few more forms.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a very serious job. So, and you do a great job. So thank you again.
Thank you.
So Nik, what's one of the favorite things you see coming through finance as far as accessories?
Yeah, as far as like F&I products, vehicle service contracts, kind of big one you see with customers.
Okay.
Where they're doing a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on their vehicle.
I think that's smart, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially Honda customers that tend to keep their cars for a long time. It's a car they grew up with their family with. They go on a lot of trips and vacations. So
It's true.
the cool thing is having that vehicle service contract. It's a huge peace of mind because then you're fully protected for that 10 years and 100,000 miles. And then when something does break in the car, it's awesome. You take it to Planet Honda, that covers 100% of parts, labor, and then if you break down at state towing as well too, and hotel reimbursement. So it just really gives customers that big peace of mind on there that they're protecting their asset for as long as possible.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
glad we offer it.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite product. Same thing, I have my wife's car too. We have a 2016 Acura MDX, and it's nice because you take it in for service. And services, they're so good at finding things that are wrong with the vehicle. They're like, hey, this part right here is broken. You're like, oh, awesome, I have this warranty right here. It's going to cover that. So, instead of having to pay a couple $1,000s out of pocket, you're like, oh, it's fully covered right there. Yeah. It's so convenient, such a nice peace of mind.
Yeah, that's perfect. So I know a little bit about you, but on your free time, what do you enjoy doing? I know you have a family.
Yeah, 2 little boys. So we have a 9-month-old and then a 2.5-year-old. So free time right now is just spending it at home.
Oh, well, if you feel comfortable, give us a picture. We'll put it on so everyone can see how cute they are.
Yeah, absolutely. We got lots of pictures. So storage there.
I know. I love it. So they're about 2 years apart?
2 years apart.
2 years apart. That's perfect. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's great too. They already had the little brother relationship.
Oh, I love that.
Rylan, the younger, he's always trying to wrestle the row and he wants to climb all over him. And it's so funny because you can tell he's the youngest kid. He's so much tougher. He gets knocked down.
Does he really?
It's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And he's just smiling and laughing.
He doesn't care. He loves it. Yeah. Now, do you have brothers or did you grow up with sisters or any? siblings for you?
Yeah, I have one sister who's 3 years younger than my
Okay.
brother who's 5 years younger.
Okay. Because it's probably fun for you to see the brothers together bonding and playing and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit different because my brother and I were 5 years
Right.
apart, so it's a little
You
bit
couldn't
more
really
age
wrestle
gap
him.
there.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so I could wrestle him, but I'd go a little bit gentle.
Yeah, exactly. Or get in trouble.
Yeah. Not sure if you would agree with that, but
Yeah,
be gentle at least.
exactly. It is cute. I love seeing that though. Yeah, because we have 5 granddaughters and then 1 boy, and you can tell he really wants to get beat up a little bit.
Right.
Like I have to beat him up a little bit, like tickle him really hard, and it's just funny how boys are like that.
Yeah, kids just love wrestling. It's
I
like
know,
their
isn't
favorite
that
thing
funny?
ever.
It's so cute. Now, what is your wife? I know your wife also works outside the home.
Yeah. She's a teacher, so she was teaching 4th grade until we had her first kid.
Okay.
So she always taught for Jeffco schools, and now she teaches at a daycare,
Okay, perfect.
which is awesome. We put the kids into the daycare.
I was going
and
to
she
ask
has her
you
own
what.
classroom right
Yeah.
there as well,
Oh,
too.
that is the perfect situation. I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
Now, as a family, I know your kids are so little, you probably don't do a lot of activities, but what's your favorite thing to do on your day off with your family?
Ideally, we like to do a lot of camping, so
Okay.
camping, hiking, backpacking, kind of the typical
Wow,
college stuff
nice.
as
Yeah.
well, too. We
Yeah.
took them out to Moab a few months ago. And,
Oh, how nice. Wow.
yeah, it was really cool.
What'd you guys do?
We ended up staying at the KOA, so
Okay.
did a little bit of jeeping, went up to the Arches, saw the national park there. Had some
That's
friends over.
great.
The funny thing is, my kid Rowan, all he wanted to do the whole time was be in the hot tub at the KOA.
Oh, seriously? I love it.
Yeah, he's always talking back to me and saying, "Oh, let's go back to Moab. I want to go to the hot tub. Let's do the bubbles."
It's in the bubble. Do the bubbles. Isn't that
Yeah.
cute? And they'll probably remember it forever.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Well, it's great that you still travel and do everything with the kids because it's kind of more challenging.
it's definitely a little bit more, a little more packing, a little more luggage, but
Planning, a lot more things. I know before you have kids, you're like, you see somebody, you're like, do you really need all that stuff? You know, and then you have like your baby, and you're like, and you call in your stroller, your crib, your this, your that. And it's kind of funny I find humor in it now that I'm a grandma. I can just kind of watch and be like, it's a lot of stuff you're hauling around.
been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Exactly. I know. I love it. So are you guys done? Are you going to have any more kids?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, kind of up in the air.
Yeah, I love
Always is
that.
a lot, but we'll see.
Yeah, you never know. Does your wife doesn't care if she has a girl or a boy?
She'd love to have a girl.
Yeah. Does she ever come from a big family?
Not too big. So she has one sister.
Okay,
And her
perfect.
family's actually in England as well too.
Really?
So they're across the pond. Yeah, her mom's from the UK.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Jess has dual citizenship. So she goes.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so she goes across the sea probably once a year, if not once every
that's-
other year,
that's
just to go back and see her
awesome.
family and everything.
Yeah. Now, do you think you guys will go as a family at some point?
At some point.
Take
I've
the
never-
boys.
Yeah, I've never been before. Rowan's actually been there once with her.
Okay.
About a year ago, went out there and did that whole trip too.
Oh, I bet her folks loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. So, Nick, what'd you do before Planet?
So before Planet, I used to work as an event staffing company. So I worked at Red Rocks, Pepsi Center, back when it was Pepsi Center.
Okay,
Nichols Building.
Right.
So what I do is like mostly concerts, sporting events,
Okay.
Broncos games.
Very fun.
Yeah,
So,
it
what
was
did you
awesome.
actually do like the day of? Did you
So mostly at Red Rocks, I work backstage. So I
Okay.
was one of the backstage supervisors.
seriously? So, you get to see everybody come out on stage.
It was cool. Yeah.
So, tell us everybody that you've seen.
Gosh.
If you could, there's probably so many.
Yeah.
Or
lots
who
of
was your
bands.
favorite?
Tom Petty was pretty cool when I saw
Okay.
him.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think
looked
that'd be
for
a
his
fun
last
job.
shows. Yeah, it was awesome. And it was cool too because the company did send us out to do music festivals in other states as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So we go out to California and do like Coachella Music Festival, and basically
Okay.
we camp out in a tent for 3 weeks in the desert.
I've heard about them. I've never gone to one. I don't know if I have any desire to, but people love Coachella. Well, my kids all went.
Oh, really? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. So basically, what we did was they wanted to bring people from out of California to work the backstage out there
Okay.
because they didn't want to sneak their buddies in. So they didn't want the staff sneaking like celebrities in and kind of having that conflict of interest.
Perfect.
They brought staff out from California. So what we do is run all the gates and all the entry there.
Okay.
But it was awesome because I always run the VIP gates. So you see like Katy Perry.
Oh
come
my
through,
gosh.
Maybe singing and
Oh,
doing
how
all the
fun.
RVs. Yeah.
And did you sneak any videos ever?
There is, so it's
I'm
kind
like,
of
you need
cool.
to share with us.
Yeah, I guess it's been a few years. So they gave us like production access, which was like the top tier level. So
Okay.
like after we'd work like 16-hour shifts and
Oh
be
my
on our feet the
gosh.
whole time. But afterwards, there'd still be a couple hours of the show left, and we'd be
Okay.
able to get on stage. So we'd always go like side stage.
Right.
So that
Oh
would
my
see the
gosh.
band's like right there, and it's so cool because you could see like the crowd of people, and there'd be 100,000 people right behind the band. And you're standing right there.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
What a fun job.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
See, you always find savvy people. You never know. Didn't know
Right.
that. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
I'd be more of a groupie though. Then I'd be like, oh, I forgot my job. Hang on, I go check my gate. Then I come running back because I want to be on the stage and listen to him.
Yeah, it was so funny because like most artists, you kind of see the same thing over again. You see
Yeah.
famous people, you just get so used to it.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you'd see Sawyer's like, oh my gosh, and you kind of get starstruck, you know.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Yeah.
like she do every single day for a living.
Was everybody pretty nice for the most part?
Super nice, yeah. Very rarely ever ran into an artist that like wasn't just the nicest, most
Yeah.
down to earth person ever.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
cool.
because you see people on stage, you're like, are they nice? Are they chill? We saw James Taylor at Red Rocks just recently because it's Lee's favorite.
Sure.
And that was really fun too, because I think as they get older too, they talk more and they just kind of
Yeah.
hang out, especially at Red Rocks. Everybody loves Red Rocks. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, the artists love it.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things. It was one of my favorite bands, The National. I remember working like the gate my first year at Red Rocks, and
Okay.
the singer came up and he's just talking to me. He's like, "This is like your job." He's like, "Get to like look at this view every day," and I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That is
Like the
awesome.
nicest people ever.
Oh, I love that. Nick, thank you so much for willing to be interviewed. And it was fun to get to know you a little bit more. And we just appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.